Hello there, my name is Rachel. The first time seeing my channel, I used to review cartoon series, anime series, so sup and completely random, and today we'll talk about South Park Special Post-COVID. This is basically focused on what happened after 20 years after the COVID came in, and to see the boys sort of grow up. But I love it, I think this is the first time they focus on that, because rest of the seasons I've sort of dropped out, so I'm not sure if this was the first time they actually be the full adults, or this is the like third or fourth. I really don't know. I think this is the first. Correct me down below if you want. But besides that, this is sort of interesting to see them fully adult who they became. But I love it they sort of separate because the kind of disagreements they have when the COVID began, and they sort of separate. Now they coming back for one simple reason. It's because Kenny died, and Kenny became a full adult. He became sort of that brilliant scientist who was so talented to make himself very successful, rich, and well known, till he sort of died. Like always, Kenny dies, but a little bit that's sort of a mystery aspect of it. That who killed Kenny and why. And the sort of mystery draw all the rest of the gangs together to figure out and sort of deal with their own issues what happened post COVID. And I thought that's sort of the mystery aspect made it sort of interesting, but at the same time, it's South Park. Every time they give you a mystery, they flip you off because it's sort of a joke. Like, what do you expect? Because life is like that. But that made me one thing maybe piss you off because it never really resolves whatever's going on in the special, because you have to wait on the next special, because they're sort of setting up this movie is setting up several movies later on, or several special if you prefer. But it's sort of that sort of what happened to the relation of each boy. Once to Kyle, Kenny, Cartman, and Stan. What happened to them is sort of interesting because it's kind of seen what they would become over the years. For example, Stan became sort of a jaded critic who just does sort of wine testing from online commercialism, and he just sort of become bitter. He actually bought a phone, a very special phone, Alexa, and you see the future. This Alexa program became sentient, would talk to you, hugs you, and give you tips. But I love it that sort of became Stan's wife, but not really. That's sort of weird kind of idea, because first time I saw Alexa, I thought, oh, that's her wife. It's just a reference, right? No, 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 no. She is the program who tells Stan off all the time, so like a marriage. I was sort of not expecting that. It was sort of funny. In fact, that's the best to describe. The whole special was sort of funny. How they took simple ideas and involved them, and they keep referencing this is the future. But anyway, how Stan sort of kind of called him out about what happened to Kenny, that he's died. He's the first time hearing that he had to go back to South Park, but Stan doesn't want to go back. He just tired of a bunch of idiots with dumb ideas, and he had forced to come back to sort of make his peace with his friends and also go to the funeral. But the only problem is they find out Kenny dies not by natural causes, that someone assassinated him, and nobody knows who. And they give us sort of a mystery aspect that the boys need to especially solve. And this is the reason why Stan didn't want to go back, because this BS all the time. And he also trying to find out what happened to his other friends. Like how what happened to him. He became mature adult, but he stayed in South Park, but never explained what he does. Maybe he did, maybe I didn't listen, but he's there, but he's sort of there for one simple reason, just to patch up things with his friends. He also solved the mystery. But once more, Stan just want to hear it, just want to get over this. But loving the biggest change is Cartman. That everybody needs to prepare what happened to Cartman. Cartman became official rabbi. It's something that Kyle got pissed off, because you think this is doing it just to piss off Kyle, just because this is Cartman. You can't trust Cartman. Cartman is one of those people who are just pure evil, who want to feel people superior just because it's him. Yeah, just I was like with him. This is like a joke, right? This is not real. Cartman wouldn't do this. Cartman won't go that far, get married, be served by, become a rabbi, has kids, his wife is Jewish. He's basically a bigger, better Jewish person then Kyle and keep rubbing his face. It feels exactly like that. And Kyle is not standing up with this. It's basically see him get angry, pissed off. You just want to smack him. I'm with Kyle to beat up Stan, but at the same time, not Stan, I mean Cartman, that you don't believe this, but it's true. It's kind of funny, awkward, and very interesting because the very end of the special, you find out Cartman would do anything to protect his family, even stopping his friends. Sort of change the future because you find out Kenny kind of created a time turner machine to stop post comic begin with, but it leaves us sort of a cliffhanger to get you interested in the next special. But Carmen will be sort of the person who stops everything and continue life how it was because he will not risk losing his family, losing his best self, but at the same time causing everybody to be miserable. I thought that's sort of interesting, but at the same time, there's something where Carmen usually does the same basically stick, but it's something that feels with more weight to me. In other words, but I think the most interesting thing is what happened to Stan. Like, one the second reason besides his friends and his reason why he doesn't want to stay at South Park is because his dad, Randy, that let's face it, Randy wasn't a good father. He was an idiot. He always will be, or we will be in the future. But you find out that Randy sort of lost the farm, he lost his wife and kids because Stan was tired of his BS job, the weed farm. That he decided to burn everything because he's just tired of it. The only problem is her sister was like stuck in the house and she sort of couldn't get out and get killed because of the fire. Her wife couldn't live through his own dying, so she blew her brains out. And basically, Randy blames everything to his son. But at the same time, that makes sense. But the more Stan's trying to explain that is technically is Randy's fault. It always is because Randy, the one who chose to make the wheat farm, not his wife, not his kids. None of them want to deal with the wheat farm. They just hate it. But once more, everything became fault of Randy. In fact, I found more fascinating. He kind of admits to Stan that he created the virus because he went to China. And now he's blaming everybody except for him, especially blaming his son because you started burn the farm. But at the same time, you understand Stan why he burned the farm. You just blaming everybody just except not for yourself. This is your problem. But I love it. He's still very delusional that I can fix it. The special weed, and actually find that the last like seed weed couldn't fix the virus. But once more, you don't know this weed is real or Stan just being delusional because he was hearing voices at the very end of the episode that you can fix this, restore the farm, and save everyone. Just make weed, the special weed. But they do leave that kind of question in the everything. Who did kill Stan? Not Stan. Kenny, because that's the only mystery they didn't really resolve. Because they do find out it's sort of the boys' fault. They did something bad, but they didn't do anything. At least for right now, because this is the reason they sort of bring back time traveling ideas in the series to the second special to explain what exactly happened to Kenny. But the only thing we know is the boy's fault. He died. And that's it. That's basically how the whole thing sort of ended. That sort of question what we went wrong, what we did to fix this. Yeah, I'm just sort of hoping they do a better job because this special was funny, but it wasn't super funny. It was charming, chuckles. That's it. That wasn't laugh out loud. That was okay. I did enjoy it. But it's something that hopefully they do improve in the next special. Now I have one question. Do you hate this special? You don't hate it? Tell me down below. Let me know. I really got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.